What's going on, everyone? So, Sacramento obviously once again beat the Los Angeles Lakers, and it's incredibly frustrating, right? The Lakers are just digging themselves into a deeper and deeper hole, deeper and deeper trench. Not all losses are created equal at this stage of the season, right? A loss to, say, Milwaukee is not going to have the same impact as a loss to Sacramento, a team that you're chasing, a team that you're trying to catch in the standings. And by losing to a team like that, it just drops you back even further, right? Now the Lakers are 3 games back of the 6th and 7th seed, the Sacramento Kings and the Phoenix Suns. But here's the problem. When you're talking about Sacramento, you're really 4 games back. Because if the Lakers finish with the same record, guess what? They don't leapfrog them in the standings. And so that is what is frustrating with this team. It's the lack of seriousness, the urgency that this team doesn't play with. Your 3 best players don't show up. They're no-shows, right? Like, from Anthony Davis' standpoint, take some pride, man. You're 0-9 against Sabonis going into this game. He gets asked about it, and his answer is like, I don't care about the individual stats. I care about the team. Hey, dummy, I don't know if you noticed, but like, being 0-9 against somebody is a team accomplishment, right? You're not playing Sabonis one-on-one. So you're 0-9 now, 0-10 against Sabonis. That's where the problem lies. Like, take some pride in the matchup. Stop getting embarrassed and dominated. And then LeBron James follows that up. And look, I understand LeBron's age 39. I understand he's in year 21. He didn't just have a bad game. He didn't try. Harrison, we didn't get beat by Fox and Malik Monk. No, we got beat by Harrison Barnes and Keegan Murray. And LeBron James, go back and watch that game. LeBron didn't even try. He literally had numerous sequences where Harrison Barnes is wide open. LeBron James is right there to contest and just turns around and gets ready for a box out. And guess what Harrison Barnes does? Splash. We can't have that effort. We cannot have that type of effort from your 2 superstars, your 2 leaders. The 2 guys. If LeBron James and Anthony Davis don't care, why should anyone else care? Why? And D'Lo, you have all this talk, you have the interview, right? And we don't know when that interview came out. We don't know when that happened, but you talked big game. And look, I've been very high on D'Lo. I've praised D'Lo a lot. I've talked heavily about D'Lo. I am still high on D'Lo, right? D'Lo's gonna have bad games. He's gonna have good. He's not a superstar. He's not, he's not your 2 guys taking up 50% of the salary cap, right? Like, D'Lo is a role guy. He is, maybe a blue chip role guy, but he's still a role guy. He's going to have bad games. If he was a 30-point-a-game guy every game, guess what? The dude would be making $40 million a year, right? He wouldn't be, going from team to team. He wouldn't be concerned about being in trades regularly, right? Be a different circumstance. But to me, it's like, this was a good moment to kind of back up your talk. Like, I don't mind the bad games, but it's like, you had Rui and you had Austin Reeves have incredible games. Those are the games you have to win. When Rui and Reeves combine for 48 points, you cannot lose those games. Those are games you're supposed to be blowing teams out. Your 4th and 5th best player combined for 48 points, and you lost. And you lost in a dominant fashion. That is what's frustrating. But that's the bad of it, right? I'm somebody that likes to be positive. It's not over till it's over. I know a lot of people have their heads down, and a lot of people think, hey, let's wrap it up. Season's done. To me, I'm, hey, brush your shoulders off, get it done, right? You still have time to right the ship. It's a very big uphill battle to climb. We still have a lot of room, right? But, hey, it is very possible to overcome this, right? The Lakers, luckily, have a very sort of favorable schedule the rest of the way. My big concern is they do have a couple stretches of road games, particularly a 6-game road trip, which the Lakers are 12-20 on the road. That is not good, but again, it is very favorable. So breaking this down, again, Lakers are currently the 9th seed. They are 2.5 games back of Dallas. They are, as I mentioned, 3 games back of the Phoenix Suns as well as the Sacramento Kings. If I'm being honest, it is more likely that we're going to get the 7th or 8th seed than we are the 5th or 6th seed. Pelicans, I just don't think we're going to be able to catch them unless they go on some major games skid. And now that Sacramento has the tiebreakers and essentially 4 full games on us, it's a lot of games to cover in only 15. But, this is a big but, right? Because you never know with this team. But again, let's be positive here for a moment. Lakers have a very good, very favorable schedule. Starts with the Golden State Warriors. Lakers are at home. Yes, Steph is going to be back. Yes, the Warriors are going to be hungry. Yes, the Warriors need this win. However, the Lakers have been very good at home, and the Warriors is one of their favorable matchups, right? The Lakers are in a very favorable state against the Golden State Warriors. So, if you beat the Warriors, great. Now, your next games are the Atlanta Hawks, again, at home. So, you're still in LA. They don't have Trae Young. So, that, again, is a very favorable game. At home, no Trae Young. Then you have the 76ers, who, again, you're at home, no Joel Embiid. Another favorable matchup. Then you have the Indiana Pacers. You're at home. They just lost Ben Mathurin. You beat them in the in-season tournament. You know what the formula is to beat the Indiana Pacers. Again, in good shape. That's 4 games. Then you have the Milwaukee Bucks in Milwaukee. That is going to be tough, right? Can we beat Milwaukee? Of course, we just did. But on the road, they're going to want the revenge game. Lakers haven't been very good on the road. Let's take that as a loss. Let's say that's a loss. So now you're 4-1 in your next 5 games. Then you have the continuation of the road trip. This is where I think the Lakers will be made or broken. Because you have the Memphis Grizzlies, which should be a win. No Ja, no several guys, right? They're falling apart. They're trying to tank for picks. You should win that game. There's 5 wins. Then you have the Indiana Pacers again. It's going to be tough, right? Let's move that up. Let's say that that's a loss. Okay? So, there's 2 losses. Then you have the Brooklyn Nets to round out March. Brooklyn, you should be able to beat. That should be the Spence Dinwiddie revenge game even. So, you're talking about going 6-2 in your next 8, and then you get into April, right? You have the Toronto Raptors on the road and the Washington Wizards on the road. Again, 2 games that you should win. So now you're 8-2 in your next 10, right? So then you have the Cleveland Cavaliers, who you're at home, the Minnesota Timberwolves, who you're at home, the Golden State Warriors, who you're at home. Now, I don't necessarily expect the Lakers to win all 3 of those. So let's say, can they go 2-1? Right? Let's say they lose to the Cavs. You beat the Warriors and the Timberwolves. Great. So now you're, 10-3 in your 13? And you finish with the Memphis Grizzlies on the road, who they should be completely checked out at that point. And then the New Orleans Pelicans, who if they have the 5th seed locked up, might just call it a season. So, in your next 15 games, you should realistically go 12-3 in your next 15 games. Question is, as I mentioned earlier, will they? Because, yes, the Lakers should win all those games that I mentioned and broke down. Let's say that they beat Milwaukee, but they lose to whomever. They lose to the Cavs or whatever. My point is that, sure, there might be games in there. You have to win at least, my opinion, 10-11, bare minimum. 10-11, that puts you at, 46 wins? 10-11 of your next 15. So, basically, you have 4 to 5 games that you can afford to lose. Personally, I would like 12-3 because that would put you at, 48 wins? 48 wins might be enough to get you into the 6th seed. It really might. Right? 'Cause teams are going to lose. Phoenix, they still have a lot of questions. They're dealing with injuries constantly in and out. Also, they have the toughest schedule the rest of the way. Does Dallas? Yeah, they look hot right now, but they just were coming off a little skid. Are there teams that can have little skids? Sure, right? The Lakers are in a very favorable position. They have to capitalize on it. So it's not over. The Lakers still can make it happen. It is not going to be easy. They have to we have to stop with the nonsense. Got to stop playing around. We got to stop. You got to take this serious. Luckily, the Lakers don't play Sacramento and they don't play Denver. The two teams that they have been unable to beat this season. The only two teams that they have yet to beat, they don't play the rest of the way. That is very good. And depending on where the Lakers finish and Sacramento finishes, you might not even have to play Sacramento the rest of the way. If the problem is Sacramento ends up in the play-in and so do the Lakers, that could be rough. But, if you finish the 6th seed, guess what? You're not going to see Sacramento until the Western Conference Finals, if Sacramento even gets there, right? Which I don't think that they will, right? There's definitely concerns with the Lakers, but the Lakers are still, luckily, not out of it. However, you're running out of time. The clock's ticking, and they only have so much time left. But I think that I'm gonna go on the record and say the Lakers do it. I don't think that they're gonna get the 5th seed. I think that they win at least 10 of their next 15 games, 10 plus. So I'm gonna take we'll set the over under to 9.5. Right? I'll take the 10.5 or the 10. Right? I think that they win at least 10 games. But those are my thoughts and opinions. And as always, I pass the question on to you. Let me know yours down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? Do you think that the Lakers win 10 games and go to 46 wins? Do you think, no, there's no way. Lakers they're not serious. Again, it's not so much that we lost. It's that we lost to Sacramento in a game that was an absolute dire need. Lakers are going to lose games. It's fine. If this was the Milwaukee game, I would have been fine with it. I mean, I'm not going to be fine in the sense of I don't want to lose games. I'm never fine when the Lakers lose. But as I mentioned earlier, not all wins or not all losses are created equal. Just like not all wins are created equal. Right? I would trade right now the Milwaukee Bucks win for this Sacramento loss. I would trade 2 or 3 losses or 2 or 3 wins for the last 2 Sacramento losses, because that just makes so much difference in the standings, right? So it's frustrating, but let's be positive. I like to be positive, and I believe the Lakers are going to get it done. But anyway, again, love to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. Lets me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.